पंखड़ी एक गुलाब की सी है।
पत्ता पत्ता बूटा बूटा हाल हमारा जाने, जाने न जाने गुल ही न जाने, बाग तो सारा जाने।
लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स के लिए अल्ट्रा चैनल्स को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को प्रेस करें।
दिल की नजर से, नजरों की दिल से, ये बात क्या है, ये राज क्या है, कोई हमें बता दे।
सीने से उठकर होठों पे आया ये गीत कैसा, ये राग क्या है, कोई हमें बता दे।
दिल की नजर से, नजरों की दिल से, ये बात क्या है, ये राज क्या है, कोई हमें बता दे। दिल की नजर से।
यूं खींची सी चली जा रही मैं, ये कौन से बंधनों में बंधी जा रही मैं। क्यों बेखबर यूं खींची सी चली जा रही मैं, ये कौन से बंधनों में बंधी जा रही मैं। कुछ खो रहा है, कुछ मिल रहा है, ये बात क्या है, ये राज क्या है, कोई हमें बता दे। दिल की नजर से।
हम खो चले, चांद है या कोई जादूगर है, या मद भरी ये तुम्हारी नजर का असर है। हम खो चले, चांद है या कोई जादूगर है, या मद भरी ये तुम्हारी नजर का असर है। सब कुछ हमारा अब है तुम्हारा, ये बात क्या है, ये राज क्या है, कोई हमें बता दे। दिल की नजर से।
हो रहे हैं ये कैसे इशारे,
क्या देख कर आज है इतने खुश चांद तारे।
आकाश में हो रहे हैं ये कैसे इशारे,
क्या देख कर आज है इतने खुश चांद तारे।
क्यों तुम पर आए, दिल में समाए, ये बात क्या है, ये राज क्या है, कोई हमें बता दे।
दिल की नजर से, नजरों की दिल से, ये बात क्या है, ये राज क्या है, कोई हमें बता दे। दिल की नजर से।
दिल की नजर से नजरों के दिल से ये बात क्या है ये राज क्या है कोई हमें बता दे वेलकम 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 अगेन माय लवली लिसनर्स टू योर ओन शो दिल की बात है ये क्रिकेट की शो क्रिकेट विद महेश अय्यर once again on this lovely Sunday now starting to get a little cool here in the Houston area. I have a nice cool front coming in and hopefully this is the start of sustained cooler weather as we move from real summer to fall and hopefully into winter in the next few weeks. A lovely song, a yesteryear melody from the beautiful movie Anari from many, many years ago. And what a beautiful on screen pairing of Raj Kapoor Sahab and Nutan ji. And of course, the lyrics, I don't know exactly, but of course, the singing was by Mukesh ji and I believe Lata ji. So, what a fantastic song. It's all about the heart. Whether it's a sport of cricket, it's about the life, it's about the heart that comes into play. Thank you again for tuning in to me on your own show, Cricket with Mahesh Iyer, only on 103.3 Houston FM, a presentation of Rehan Siddiqui. You can tune in to me on the 103.3 FM dial in the greater Houston area. Of course, HoustonFM.com or the 103.3 Houston FM app anywhere globally. And for those of you who are Facebook savvy, who love Facebook, I am on Facebook Live. For my Facebook Live listeners and those who see me, here's my double victory sign, double thumbs up, and a wave to you all. Once again, thank you so much for taking time out of your Sunday and giving it to me. As I said, the weather has gotten a little cooler, so I have a nice warm cup of tea here to give me company, and I'm going to need every sip of it over the next 1 hour. Ladies and gentlemen, lots happening in the world of cricket. We'll do a quick weekly roundup here. The Abu Dhabi T10, I would say the premier T10 competition of cricket has gotten underway with some fantastic games going on. Till I last checked, the Quetta Cavalry is right on top with 5 wins out of 5. They're way ahead of the pack, followed by the Northern Warriors with 2 wins out of 4 games. So lots to play for. The T10, the fastest format of cricket, even shorter, half the duration of the 2020 cricket. T10 cricket, more in its, I would say, league stage infancy. I don't know of any international tournaments outside of leagues. And T10, as I said, the Abu Dhabi T10 is the premier T10 league competition in the world. Exciting action, lots of wonderful talent out there, whether it's Harbhajan Singh, Kyron Pollard, Mohammad Amir, or Moeen Ali, you name it, the best of the world are competing in Abu Dhabi. You can catch all the action here in this part of the world, of course, on Willow TV. And of course, for all latest scores, ESPNcricinfo.com is your place to be. Abu Dhabi T10, ladies and gentlemen. T20s, again, lots of action going on. The number one action that's happening is not too far from Abu Dhabi. It's in Doha, the emerging teams Asia Cup final. Well, after the first half, of course, the finals are being competed by Bangladesh A and the Shaheens, which is Pakistan A team. And after the first half of the game, it seemed Bangladesh was right on top, bowling Pakistan out for 125. And when I last checked, and I'll get you the latest scores here, Bangladesh themselves are tottering now at 57 for 7 in 11 overs. So this one for sure is something that is heavily skewed in favor of Pakistan. I would say, without looking at the win-whiz from Cricinfo, I would say this is probably a 90% probability plus victory for Pakistan A. Bangladesh A still has a chance, but fewer than 10% probability that they're going to be able to make this one, in my opinion. That's the emerging teams Asia Cup final going on in Doha, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon me. The women's Big Bash League continues. That juggernaut rolls on, and the two teams at the top of the table are Hobart Hurricanes and Melbourne Renegades, the two teams on the top. Brisbane Heat is probably in among the worst shape because I think they've lost all 6 of their games that they've played so far. So women's BBL action going on, still to go on for about a month, or a little less than a month, I would say. I think the final is around the 12th of December. So still plenty of action going on in the Women's Big Bash League. High quality cricketing action there as well. The Tri-Series, T20 Tri-Series being played in Pakistan between Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe and Pakistan has had a few games, and Pakistan remaining unbeaten so far, including eking out a 69-run victory over Zimbabwe a little while ago, I would say about a half an hour ago. And so they've remained unbeaten, whereas Sri Lanka has not won a single game, losing to both Zimbabwe and Pakistan in their first round. And I would say they have a lot of soul searching to do before the T20 World Cup coming up in India as well as in Sri Lanka between February 7th and March 8th. So Sri Lanka has lots of soul searching and lots of work to do to be competitive enough in the set of games that are going to be played both across India as well as in their backyard. That's on the Tri-Series, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on from T10 and T20, we have the one-day internationals. New Zealand, West Indies played out a series, and New Zealand won 3-0. But again, I think on another day, that scoreline could have been 2-1 in favor of New Zealand. And who knows, with a bit of luck, even 2-1 in favor of West Indies. Very close fought series, but New Zealand holding the nerve when it mattered across the series, across each of the games, and hence taking the series as a clean sweep. That's in the one-day internationals. Now we're done with T20s, T10s, and one-day internationals. Go to test matches. The Ashes test at Perth lived up to all of its expectations, except for the duration. The first test match got over in less than 2 days. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, that was even shorter than the test match that India and South Africa played out a few days ago at the Eden Gardens. Less than 2 days, the team Australia put it across England after actually losing day one. On day one, we had England bowled out for 172, and Australia then ended up getting bowled out on the second morning for, I would say, 132 or so. They gave a 40-run lead. And then what happened after that was pure mayhem. Initially, England did well to go to lunch on day two at 59 for 1, comfortably ahead by 99 runs. But then, after lunch, between lunch and tea, who knows what happened. Mitchell Starc and Scott Boland turned on the heat, bowled England out for 160 odd, and that man, Travis Head, nicknamed as Travis Headache, he does become a headache when he wants to for many a team around the world. And this time, England bore the brunt of the headache that Travis Head caused. Travis Head blazed away to a 69-ball test century. And believe it or not, Australia won the game, losing 2 wickets and scoring 205 odd runs in under 2 days of total game time. That was unbelievable and something one would not have thought of as the finish in terms of who ends up winning, as well as the duration of the game after day one. So, well, still lots to play for. 4 more test matches to go, including the second test match coming up in Brisbane. That'll be a day and night affair, ladies and gentlemen. Brisbane test between England and Australia, and that starts Thursday. That is the week after Thanksgiving, which I believe will be the 4th or the 5th. I don't recall the exact date of December. So lots to play for, but definitely the way Australia won the first test match after being down, surely they would have demoralized quite a few hearts of the English players as well as their fans. So anyway, good luck to both the teams. Thank you very much to both the teams for the wonderful entertainment that they've given us as the scene shifts to Brisbane. And moving to the test series between India and South Africa. The first test was the famous win for South Africa, beating India by 30 odd runs. India chasing 124 were bowled out for 93 in the prior test. Again, that test getting over in 2.5 days at Eden Gardens. This test is being played in Guwahati, the beautiful Assam Cricket Association ground in Guwahati. And after day two, after the first 2 days, South Africa is bossing the test match. South Africa is really gone ahead and they have stamped their domination on the game so much by scoring 490 odd all out, and Indian responses 9 for no loss. So this game is firmly in South Africa's grasp. It is their game now from this point forward to lose it. At this particular stage, no team in history has ever lost a game in India. You score close to 500, you end up winning most of the time. At the worst case, for you as a team that scored 500, you're going to end up drawing the test match. So very, very low probability for India turning this around. They've got to make all the plays over the next 3 days. And let's not forget, the pitch will start to deteriorate as it does in India, either late third day or even, who knows, earlier on in the third day or definitely fourth day around. So the total of 489 or 490 odd is not an easy one for India to even level, let alone surpass. But we never know. Cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties, and we would be more than happy to see something uncertain playing out. But for now, let's salute the performers from Team South Africa. Senuran Muthuswamy, I think he got his first Test match 100. And Marco Jansen, he seems to just keep on improving, not just in his bowling, but in his batting. He's becoming a genuine all-rounder, worth a lot more than his height and weight and everything. He scored a magnificent 93 in 91 deliveries, including 7 towering sixes. Marco Jansen, congratulations. Thank you for that wonderful performance that puts South Africa in the box seat. Absolutely wonderful. And as I round this up, we now see the latest scores in the Bangladesh-Pakistan A match. 77 for 7 after 13 overs is where Bangladesh is. That thing is probably potentially headed for a photo finish, but I still think Pakistan has a higher probability of success. I'll keep continuing to give you those scores, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, a reminder for those of you who tuned in to me, if you tuned in to me through a 103.3 FM station here in the greater Houston area, you can definitely also catch me on the Houston FM app, the 103.3 Houston FM app, houstonfm.com, or Facebook Live. Now I go to my next song break, ladies and gentlemen, as I turn the camera away from me and take you all to the world of women's cricket. If you all recall the last 2 sessions, to those of you who attended, I am still putting together my World 11, Women's Cricket 11 in one-day internationals that I think would have beaten India a few weeks ago in the finals of the One-Day International World Cup. I've got 7 players already listed so far. Alyssa Healy at the very top. She's the wicketkeeper as well as the vice-captain of my team. Laura Woolbert, the captain of my team. Phoebe Litchfield, Nat Sciver-Brunt, Marizanne Kapp, Amelia Kerr, and Ash Gardner. Where do we go from here? Who are the players from all nations except for India that will make up the remaining 4 team members? For that, the other side of this lovely song break, ladies and gentlemen. And while I do that, as I said, I'll also turn the cameras around away from me. So I give you all a thumbs up again, a victory sign, and a wave as I set the song break and move the cameras around. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with more cricket on your own show, Cricket with Mahesh Iyer. Thank you so much for tuning in to me.
किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है, किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निशान, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यारो दिल के हम अमीर हैं। माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यारो दिल के हम अमीर हैं। मिटे जो प्यार के लिए वो जिंदगी, जले बहार के लिए वो जिंदगी, किसी को हो ना हो हमें तो एतबार, जीना इसी का नाम है। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। के मर के भी किसी को याद आएंगे, किसी के आंसुओं में मुस्कुराएंगे, कहेगा फूल हर कली से बार बार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है।
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a very, very beautiful song. Again, the legendary Raj Sahab, and of course, sung by the legendary Mukesh Saab. What a beautiful song that exhorts us to think about life. It's all about love, about companionship, about a sense of apnapan towards each other, towards helping each other out. That's really what the beauty of life is all about. Okay, with that song break, we're all ready. I'm all ready to take you all on the journey of the rest of the world women's 11. Last 4 spots of my team. Who gets to the number 8 spot? The number 8 spot, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, running a little bad throat, a little cold. As I said, the weather is changing here in the Houston area, but yeah, it's all going to be very, very benign, very, very pleasant, so not an issue. So, number 8 is a captain of her team, one of the youngest captains in the world of women's cricket, a very, very fine fast bowler, although she's not really that tall. But when she bowls with heart, with conviction, with purpose, she can rip the heart out of the opposition batters. And that's exactly what she did in the game that this team played, her team played against England in the One Day International World Cup. And it was a game in Colombo where this particular performer, she bowled 6 overs, had 1 maiden, and took 4 wickets for 27 runs. And had it not been for rain that day, England would definitely have lost that game, in my opinion. This player that I'm talking about is the captain of Pakistan, the young, the energetic, the short-statured, as I said, but a lion-hearted performer, one who bowls literally banana curves in her bowling. It's almost like banana swing. Banana swing is like, slippery. You really can't handle it. And given a little bit of help from the overhead conditions of the pitch, she's virtually unplayable. That cricketer is Fatima Sana. Let's sit back and enjoy her spell of devastating bowling against England from the World Cup game at Colombo. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
High fives in the Pakistan camp, and why not? The fast bowlers are delivering. Fatma Sana, the captain, seam up delivery. Another in-swinger. Teaming well this pitch. The bowlers are putting the ball in the right area. Second wicket for Pakistan. Amy Jones gone for 8. England 22 for 2.
Down. We're talking about the nip backer. She produces another. And it's the England captain, the in-form England captain, Nat Sivabram. What a breakthrough that is.
That is huge. That is a brilliant delivery, a beautiful delivery to get rid of Nat Sivabram. Fatma has been extracting more swing, more seam today. But this is a Jaffa. Inside edge onto the stumps. The captain celebrates, and why not? He's got the big wicket of her opponent captain. Nat Sivabram walks back for 4. England 38 for 3.
Ow, very close. Given. That looked closer. Heather Knight thinks she got outside the line. She's going to have another look in this tournament.
We have a review for RBW given out. I've checked the feed, it's a fair delivery. I'm looking at the split screen, continue playing that through. Clear gap between bat and ball. I'm ready for ball tracking. Standing by for ball tracking. Original decision is out. Pitching outside off. Impact in line. Wickets hitting. Jessie, you can stay with your original decision. You are on screen, signal out now.
Well, finally, Heather Knight looks up at a replay on a big screen, and finally she has to walk off. What a spell from Fatima Sana. Nip backer after nip backer. No wonder she's smiling. Outstanding bowling, and they wanted Heather Knight. They've got Heather Knight. Door open for Pakistan. 39 for 4, England.
Taken! Omaima takes the catch. A 4th wicket for skipper Fatima Sana.
Got the paddle out, Charlie Dean. Thought it was the right option, but a good catch from Omaima there. They're so hard at short, fine leg. You can see the passion from Fatima Sana. She sets this innings up with her first 3 wickets. Now she's got Charlie Dean, who's been getting her team out of trouble. She has to go for 33. England 126 for 9.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was Fatima Sana with a brilliant bowling performance against England, and hence she is my player number 8 on my roster. Who gets to player number 9? Well, yet another brilliant cricketer. I always loved this cricketer's bowling. I think she's one of the finest leg spin bowlers in the world of women's cricket. But what I was surprised, I would say somewhat shocked about, was during this particular World Cup, this cricketer showcasing her batting prowess was zapped when this cricketer, in a game against Pakistan, hit a brilliant half century when Australia had their backs, and so this cricketer is from Australia, had their backs to the wall. This cricketer, again, not the tallest cricketer that plays for Australia, but a cricketer with a huge heart, one who can bowl absolute nightmares when it comes to leg spin bowling. She can bowl the wrong one or the googly. She can bowl the leg break. She can bowl the arm ball. Absolutely unplayable at times. And this cricketer from Australia took the very first time there was a 7-wicket haul in a one-day international World Cup game that was between Australia and South Africa. The cricketer I'm talking about is the wonderful bowler, I would say all-rounder now, Alana King from Down Under. Alana King, ladies and gentlemen, is player number 9 on my roster. And given how impressed I was with both her bowling and batting performances, I'm going to play 2 videos. One showcasing her brilliant 7-wicket haul against South Africa, and then the other one showcasing her brilliant 50 against Pakistan. Again, when Pakistan could have pulled a fast one on Australia, but among the people who stood like a rock and turned the pressure back on Pakistan, one of them was Alana King. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy Alana King's superlative bowling as well as batting performances.
Going on the attack early, Sunaylis Sutherland settles under it, and that will be the end of the matchup with King winning the battle early.
The harder, newer ball, giving Alana King the extra bounce that she requires. Not so much the turn, but the bounce is what did Lee Sin. Looking to slog sweep pretty early, had no control, the top edge, and when it goes in the air, someone like Sutherland is below it. You much rather start walking, and that's exactly what Sunaylis did. Knew she didn't execute it. Hence, she's got to be on her way back. Lees goes for 6. South Africa in a bit of trouble, 43 for 3.
South Africa are in serious trouble. 2 wickets in and over for Alana King. Australia on the attack.
If you're seeing why Alana King is rated so highly around the world for her leg spin skills, here's an example again. Tossing it slowly, wider outside the batter's arc. Marizanne Kapp, generally very good over covers. Got tempted into playing that big shot. And that's all it took. Australia, as we have seen throughout this World Cup, dominating yet again. South Africa, all sorts of trouble now. Marizanne Kapp goes without scoring, 43 for 4.
Yeah! Straight through. You can't keep King out. And Derrickson, here's the timber rattle. South Africa in all sorts of trouble here in Indore.
This is the beauty of Alana King. She has balls that turn square, nearly 4.6 degrees. This one bowls at the stumps, keeps it nice and straight. Slight bit of movement, takes out the leg stump. Derrickson has cleared a leg so far, and it's actually come back and be able to take out the leg stump. Alana King on fire.
And Eric Derrickson's got to go for 5. South Africa, 60 for 5. Yet another one for Alana King. She's on a roll here in Indore. The South African team is in shock, and so they should be.
Everyone's in a little bit of shock, including Chloe Tryon here. Just plays this one way too early, tries to work it square. I don't even think Ash Gardner can believe that's gone straight to her. Alana King. She is the king of Indore at the moment.
South Africa falling to pieces here in Indore. Chloe Tryon out for a first ball duck. It's 60 for 6. It was a matter of time before King had her say again. 5 wickets, a
for Alana King. It is the slight change of field. Jafta goes a little squarer here, keeps the stumps in play as she has most of the time. Didn't get a huge amount of turn, but still making sure that she was hitting those stumps. 5 wickets, Alana King. She is pretty happy, as is Phoebe Litchfield and Beth Mooney. Now, mate from Port Adelaide, he's been here every single game, and he indicates the 5 wickets. Marlo Jafta out for 29, South Africa 81%. It's all Alana King here at Indoor. It is unbelievable to see what she has done. South Africa cannot watch. Yeah, another fantastic delivery here from Alana King. Tries to rip this one, probably turns off middle. Class tries to work it straight to the onside, as a number 9 would do. Unfortunately, she misses it. Alana King picks up her 6th wicket. Incredible performance. See, Asabata Class having to go out for 4. South Africa, 88 for 8.
She's got it now, 7 wickets for King. Best ever figures for an Australian in one-day internationals on the biggest stage of them all. And to go with that.
What a performance that was by Alana King. Really truly ruled Indore that evening against South Africa. A lion-hearted performance by her, helping bowl South Africa out for a mere 97. That was Alana King's bowling performance. As promised, let's take a look at a snippet of her fantastic and very, very surprising batting performance, again in the One Day International World Cup, but this time against Pakistan. Here it comes.
Oh, in the air and in the gap.
You can see Australia was 134 for 8. In fact, they were in 77 for 7. And thanks to Alana King and I believe Beth Mooney, they were able to get over 200 and win the game easily. Sit back and relax and enjoy.
That'll relieve the pressure for Australia. That's very well played. And it brings up the 50 partnership. Beth Mooney and Alana King. 46 overs gone. It's 168 for 8. Alana King pulls one that's just a fraction too short, and this has gone all the way.
The bowling innings that Diana would like to forget, trying to go short. That's the first 6 of the innings from the bat of Alana King. Now she has license to go big.
Gone short again, and it's been absolutely walloped. And it's been hit so hard. Let's look at the 50s. The fourth 50, taking just 39 balls. Alana King has played her part. Here's Patamasana. Alana King swings and swings big. 6 more from Alana King.
And now she has got the license. Big heave, big swing. And you understand how well she has batted. She can hit these big shots, but she has waited patiently to go at the right time.
Swings again. It's 4 more. It's 48 now to Alana King. 6. Alana King goes to a half century with another 6.
There was a brilliant half century that's really saved the day, along with Beth Mooney's innings for Australia that day against Pakistan. So now we've gone to the top 9 players, having added Fatima Sana and Alana King. And before I go to the next 2 players, let's take another song break. Wonderful Amitabh Bachchan and the wonderful Kishorda tell us that life is meant to be laughed about, sung about, danced about, and so on and so forth. After the song break, I'll be back with players number 10 and 11 on my roster of the rest of the world Women's 11. Stay tuned. You're listening to Cricket with Mahesh Iyer on 103.3 Houston FM, a presentation of Rehan Siddiqui.
जिंदगी हंसने गाने के लिए है पल दो पल, जिंदगी हंसने गाने के लिए है पल दो पल, इसे खोना नहीं खोके रोना नहीं, इसे खोना नहीं खोके रोना नहीं, जिंदगी हंसने गाने के लिए है पल दो पल, जिंदगी हंसने गाने के लिए है पल दो पल। तेरे गिरने में भी तेरी हार नहीं, कि तू आदमी है अवतार नहीं। तेरे गिरने में भी तेरी हार नहीं, कि तू आदमी है अवतार नहीं। जो देश वो केस बना प्यारे, चले जैसे भी काम चला प्यारे, प्यारे तू गम न कर, जिंदगी हंसने गाने के लिए है पल दो पल, जिंदगी हंसने गाने के लिए है पल दो पल। जहाँ सच न चले वहाँ झूठ सही, जहाँ हक न मिले वहाँ लूट सही। जहाँ सच न चले वहाँ झूठ सही, जहाँ हक न मिले वहाँ लूट सही। यहाँ चोर है सब कोई साध नहीं, सुख ढूंढ ले सुख अपराध नहीं, प्यारे तू गम न कर, जिंदगी हंसने गाने के लिए है पल दो पल, इसे खोना नहीं खोके रोना नहीं, इसे खोना नहीं खोके रोना नहीं, जिंदगी हंसने गाने के लिए है पल दो पल, जिंदगी।
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, life is meant to be enjoyed, laughed, danced about, and really had fun with. Who are the last two players that I have on my roster? The number 9 player is a fantastic fast bowler from Bangladesh, Marufa Akhtar. And I had not seen any of Marufa Akhtar's performance before the One Day International World Cup. But in the World Cup game that Bangladesh and Pakistan played, which I believe was the first game for both of the teams during the competition, Marufa Akhtar, with her opening bowling spell, knocked the wind out of Pakistan's sails and helped bowl them out for 120 odd, and Bangladesh went on to script a famous win against Pakistan that evening. So I had to pencil Marufa Akhtar in as one of my opening fast bowlers simply based on that spell. And I heard she's a very young, very hardworking, upcoming fast bowler with a bright future for the world of Bangladesh cricket and, of course, the world of cricket in general. And so I had to pencil in Marufa Akhtar, ladies and gentlemen, as my player number 10 on my roster. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy just a couple of minutes of that opening over that Marufa Akhtar bowled against Pakistan, where she took 2 and 2 with some high quality, playable pace, swing, and seam bowling. Here it comes.
But overall, she's bowled really well. 3 dots. Just a single, one wide.
What a start! Knocks it over. This is a clean start for Bangladesh.
Pardon me, I believe the audio quality of this video is not all that good.
That's what Marufa Akhtar is really good at. Mama created a huge gap between bat and bat, taking the leg stump away. Marufa Akhtar has announced herself in this World Cup.
As although you dream of overs like this, and this has been spectacular. Umaima Sahel's gone for a first ball duck. Pakistan 2-1. Sidra Amin coming in at 3 for Pakistan. She is there with 6 one-day international hundreds on her CV. 2 of them have come in the last couple of weeks against South Africa in a series in Lahore. What a brilliant start this is by Marufa Akhtar, getting the ball to shape. It's 2-2, and she's got the price scalp. This is outstanding.
The biggest scalp Bangladesh would have wanted. Jalali, the informed batter for Pakistan, but Marufa Akhtar is too good for her. Look at the seam position. Excellent inside edge from Sidra trying to.
Sidra Amin is clearly one of the finest batters in world cricket, definitely among the best batters in Pakistan cricket, and Marufa Akhtar took just one ball to clean her up. That shows the quality of Marufa Akhtar, and hence I penciled her in as my player number 10. And I think I mentioned in the past as well, I'm so constrained with so much outstanding talent out there as to who to pick and who not to pick. And I just said that, okay, let me pick at least one player from each of the nations that competed alongside India for the One-Day International World Cup crown. And hence Marufa Akhtar gets ahead of some outstanding talent like Annabel Sutherland, for example, from Australia. She would walk into any team, but unfortunately, she doesn't find a place in my 11. So Marufa Akhtar, my number 10 player on the roster. Who's my number 11 player? Ladies and gentlemen, yet another player that I had not seen much of or any of before the One-Day International World Cup, but I was thoroughly impressed with during this One-Day International World Cup, especially from her spell against India in the opening game. I believe there was the opening game of the tournament as well. It was definitely the opening game for both India and Sri Lanka. It was the India versus Sri Lanka game where this particular player again had India on the mat, and it took middle to late order rearguard action from people like Richa Ghosh and others to get India to a respectable total and then defend it. However, this particular fantastic tall left arm spin bowler from Sri Lanka had other ideas, and a little more support from her colleagues may have seen India end up losing that first match, which they did not, as I said, courtesy the lower to middle order batters in that particular side. But this particular bowler I'm talking about is the tall left-handed spinner from Sri Lanka, Inoka Ranavira. Let's take a look at her spell against India from the opening game of the One-Day International World Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Inoka Ranavira, my player number 11.
Picked up, fielder in the deep is in business, takes it in the second attempt. Well, she's dismissed Pratika Raval before. That's the third time in 4 innings now. that Ranavira has Pratika. Smart change from Chamari, and the partnership is broken.
Oh, the Sri Lankans are happy. They've been chipping away. Batters trying to break free. Followed her. The angle with the left arm. Bowler creates. Follows her. Vishmi Gunaratna. Hangs on to it. Hard hands initially. But she reacts positively as it bubbles out. Big wicket as Pratika Rawal was just looking to break free. 37 to her, 81 for 2.
Ranawira gets a big wicket. Breaks a partnership. The set batter who was looking to push things on goes.
Yeah, with mid-off going to long off, she just tried to hit it for one, and she's now wishing she'd belted it over extra cover. It was in two minds, push it for one or belt it. She did neither. Came off the splice of the bat, and Sri Lanka needed that. They've broken the partnership. India goes. She made 48 in 64. It's 120 for 3 India.
Beautifully bowled. Ranavira has 2 in 2. It's going back the way of Sri Lanka.
Lovely bit of flight, and she's on a hat-trick. Ranawira. Jemimah Rodrigues, first ball in this World Cup, and she's missed it. Which edge did this beat? Was it through turn or lack of turn? It was turn. That's a beauty. Pitched on middle, hits off. 2 big wickets, and the Indian captain looked on from the other end. They not what is required. Jemimah Rodrigues, first ball, duck, 120 for 4.
Unbelievable. What an over this is. Is it match defining? 2 in 2 from the first 2. And now Harmanpreet goes.
The slowest of slow walk-offs, deadly silence in the crowd. The partnership was building between Deol and Harmanpreet. Deol went, Rodrigues went, and then the Indian captain, almost off the face of the bat. That's an excellent grab. Catching practice. Ranawira has 3 in the over, 3 in 5 balls. Game changing. Harmanpreet Kaur, 21 from 19, 121 for 5.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was Inoka Ranavira's unbelievable spell of 4 wickets in which she took 3 in an over, and those 4 wickets were no lower order batters, ladies and gentlemen. Those were top order batters. Pratika Rawal, who opens the batting. Then she got Harleen Deol, who typically comes 1 down at number 3. Then she got the wonderful Jemimah Rodrigues out, first ball duck. And then she got the Indian captain, Harmanpreet Kaur. So by no means was that an ordinary performance, an extraordinary performance by every stretch of the imagination by Inoka Ranavira. And hence she's penciled in as my number 11. So if I recap my 11 players, ladies and gentlemen, that I think if they were on the field together that night of the final versus Team India, they would have given a much tougher fight to Team India and likely would have walked away with the crown. So again, to recap, Alyssa Healy, wicketkeeper and vice captain, starting the batting, along with Laura Woolward, my captain, Phoebe Litchfield at number 3, Natalie Silverbrunt at number 4, Mirzan Kapp at number 5, Amelia Kerr at number 6, Ash Gardner at number 7, Fatima Sana at number 8, Alana King at number 9, Marufa Akhtar at number 10, and Inoka Ranavira at number 11. That, ladies and gentlemen, is my World 11. And I'll give you an update. The game between Pakistan and Bangladesh A has gone down to the wire. Bangladesh is 119 for 9, courtesy 2 sixes in the 19th over. So they now need 7 runs to win in the last 6 balls. and Pakistan needs to keep them away from those 7 runs or take a wicket. What a game our emerging teams are playing in Doha. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be around to close the game out because my time's up. And before I take leave, a request to you all. Well, this equation has now come down to 5 runs to win for Bangladesh in 5 balls, courtesy 2 runs that they took in the first 2 deliveries. So as I take leave, keep me in your thoughts and prayers, in your blessings. If you all are celebrating Thanksgiving later this week, a very, very happy Thanksgiving to you all with your friends, family. Stay safe as you travel because the roads do tend to get a bit busy. So make sure if you're on the road for long trips, be extra vigilant, extra careful. Give yourself a little extra time so that you're not rushing through heavy vacation, family time, traffic. Once again, happy Thanksgiving. And especially if you're also going to the sale on Black Friday, make sure you watch out for yourself, watch out for your friends, and so on and so forth. Stay happy, stay blessed, stay smiling. And I should be meeting you all a week from today with a brand new show. I don't know what it's going to be, what the show is going to be like, but it'll be on cricket, all matters pertaining to cricket, ladies and gentlemen. And as I take leave, I'll play this yesteryear melody from the movie Kati Patang, sung by who else but the legendary Kishore Da, who will continue to live on, I think, for generations, even after we all are long gone through his music. And he said, love is crazy. It's a divana. Now, I think that love could be for anybody. It could also be for the sport of cricket. Ladies and gentlemen, pyar divana hota hai. Har khushi se, har gam se begana hota hai. Beautiful yesteryear melody song. As I sign off, ladies and gentlemen, once again, take care, stay blessed, keep me in your thoughts and prayers. And if all goes well, I'll see you back here, same time, Sunday next week. Ciao.
प्यार दीवाना होता है, मस्ताना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। प्यार दीवाना होता है, मस्ताना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। क्षमा कहे परवाने से परे चला जा, मेरी तरह जल जाएगा यहाँ नहीं आ। क्षमा कहे परवाने से परे चला जा, मेरी तरह जल जाएगा यहाँ नहीं आ। वो नहीं सुनता उसको जल जाना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। प्यार दीवाना होता है, मस्ताना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। रहे कोई 100 पर्दों में डरे शर्म से, नजर खजीला चुराए कोई सनम से। रहे कोई 100 पर्दों में डरे शर्म से, नजर खजी लाख चुराए कोई सनम से आ ही जाता है जिस पे दिल आना होता है। हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। प्यार दीवाना होता है मस्ताना होता है। हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। सुनो किसी शायर ने ये कहा बहुत खूब, मना करे दुनिया लेकिन मेरे महबूब। सुनो किसी शायर ने ये कहा बहुत खूब, मना करे दुनिया लेकिन मेरे महबूब। वो छलक जाता है जो पैमाना होता है। हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। प्यार दीवाना होता है मस्ताना होता है। हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। प्रीत की चादर आया तेरे शहर में रांझा तेरा